All right, Jason Rona here. We're with Kevin Motter inside the Tacoma RC Raceway hobby shop here. Kevin, we're in between rounds of qualifying, and things going pretty well here so far. Talk to us about your first experience coming up here to Tacoma RC Raceway.
Well, I heard a lot about this place, and I kind of always want to go. So it's definitely not disappointing. It's an awesome track. It's different. It's run really well. It's run just like Scott Brown wants it, and it's awesome.
So you came up here this weekend with some new TLR cars. You got the 22 3.0 buggy with the laydown transmission, and then you have one of the first 22 4 2.0s. Talk to us about your car setups here so far, and how they're feeling on the track.
Two wheel, I kind of been practicing at OCRC. I got it pretty good there. I kind of started with Frank Root's setup, changed a couple things, and I like it. But throughout the weekend, when the grip came up, a couple minor changes, and it's been dialed. And the four wheel, I mean, all I can say about that is it may not look like there's a lot changed, but what they did change is it's really good. It makes a big difference.
So with the 22.4, the 2.0 version, basically, what I've kind of been able to gather, it's the gear diffs. You got some new aluminum options for the camber links and stuff. You can mount the shorty battery a little bit easier in the car. What is something that you're noticing with just using the gear diffs? Because I don't know that you've ever used them before. What do you notice with the gear diffs in that car as opposed to the old ball diff situation?
I noticed the acceleration is much more aggressive. It really gets on the power quicker, and the gear disc it's always searching for traction. So you're never kind of left with that midpoint where the car is kind of almost diffing out. It's always finding grip always, and I like that. I think you can drive it. The harder you drive it, I think the faster it goes, and I drive pretty hard, so it's good.
This track, we talked to Spencer earlier, practice day, and he talked about how the track's real technical. There's really always something going on while you're driving, whether you're in a roller, you're in a jump situation. We got a little triple out there that's kind of tough. When I'm driving myself, I can feel that. Electrically, with the speed control and your motor, it's so critical to have the right feel on this track, because if you don't, you're in trouble. You're having to time all these little jumps and the elevation changes well. So, electrically speaking, you're racing for Hobby Wing here. We've talked to Ron a little bit. You're using a new speed control. Can you tell us a little bit about the Hobby Wing speed control that you're using?
I'm using the new XR10 in my two-wheel drive, and I think it's really good. I think it's a great upgrade from the previous version. There's a little more adjustment, a little more fine-tuning, and I think I've taken advantage of it this weekend, just to get that fine brake feel, just to get, just your personal touch to it.
So the XR10, this it's a little bit different from in the past. Now we talked with Ron. You've been able to adjust it with the new Wi-Fi box. Is that something that you've been working with Ron so far this weekend?
Yeah, that box I really like. You can mount it in your car, and on an app on your phone, you can just pull over on the side of the track, open the app, and just change your settings right there. It literally takes 10 seconds. So it's nice to just on the fly changes. Do you really notice what it does quickly?
So, making the trip up here so far, what have you had to adjust anything driving wise as opposed to driving at OCRC and, the tracks that you're used to back home, or you're kind of, is this business as usual, or is this something that you're having to adjust to?
I think the biggest thing from OCRC is like the size. It's you definitely have to be more technical. You have to be on your points every lap, every corner. Every corner counts. Being so small, we're going so fast, so much grip. You got to link every corner together if you want a perfect lap.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that's really critical on this track. I mean, with all the, like we talked about, all the, there's always something going on. Kind of going back to, just kind of getting dialed in here at this track. Real popular setup is, the dirt webs, the gold compound. What type of break-in are you using, with the tire? How many runs are you going? When do you feel that they're working the best for you?
I try not to sand them in. I mean, that's kind of last resort. I like to break them on the track. I feel like it breaks them in a little bit more even and just you get a better feel. So I think after like 3 runs, they start getting some speed in them for sure. So get 3 good runs on them, and you should be good for racing.
We've had some questions, kind of coming into to Ron and some of the guys here about some setup sheets for, for your speed control and all that type of stuff. Where will we be able to find the your settings during the race here or afterwards?
You can hit up Hobbywing's website. It should have a setup posted at the end of the weekend, both cars.
Okay, so basically we're going to try to do a 2-wheel and a 4-wheel setup sheet, or do you think just one will cover it?
2-wheel and 4-wheel setup sheets aren't that much different. I mean, a lot of it is personal. My 2 speed controls are pretty close, so I think I'll just release one and then just see. Guys can go from there.
All right, well, that's Kevin Motter. He's here with TLR J Concepts Hobby Wing, running a great race here this weekend, already towards the front of the pack in the 2-wheel drive class, running some new cars this weekend. So it's been a great time so far. So appreciate Kevin you joining us, and you want to give a shout out to your complete sponsors here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank TLR Horizon Hobbies, J Concepts Hobby Wing, LA Parts House, Spectrum Aerotronics. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Kevin. We'll see you out there on the track. Good luck.
Thank you.